Hello again. Today we're going to talk a little bit about corporations and their donations to the community. In fact, in the state of Michigan, we have over 30 Fortune 5 companies in the state of Michigan. They give out approximately $5 billion a year to various community organizations and charities throughout the state and the country. Now, if you take the corporations and put their monies with the charities that we talked about when we talked about the charitable foundations, you'll see that charitable giving is a multi-billion-dollar operation yearly. Now, one of the problems and one of the things that we're going to talk about today is how did it get like that towards servicing problems of our community, and little, if any, efforts are being made to prevent the problems of our community. Let's deal again with the structure. We said with charitable foundations, they have structures in terms of what guidelines then are needed to get their monies. You have to meet certain guidelines. And in meeting these guidelines, you are able to compete for the funding that are available for charities. Well, it doesn't work that way with the corporations. They don't have a staff of people year-round to find out which programs should be funded, which programs would perhaps be best successful. What they do is they simply give to programs they know about, programs that are being already funded, and it sets up a scenario that the larger the programs, the easier it is to get the money. The smaller the programs or the programs with less alternatives are simply left behind. Now, what do? How do we fix it? We've been talking about it all along. The implementations of a prevention component. And what is a prevention component? It's very simple. That means the service organizations, those organizations that are designed to service the problem, must collaborate and work together with a prevention organization. That creates a holistic service, one that doesn't just service the problem, it's also designed to prevent it. And as a result, that's the way that you can say to that funder through the corporation, that funder through the charitable foundations, that funder through the philanthropists, that funder through you. You can say, hey, we're preventing, we're servicing, and maybe if we continue our efforts, if you allow us to continue our efforts, we don't have to come back and ask for as much money. So you see, it's a situation and a circumstance that continuously focuses back on you. Back to you, the person who sits on the board of directors of a community foundation, and you see year after year after year the same programs that go across for service, and we know that for every service program, there's a prevention program, and you still let that go by, that's something that has to be dealt with. The same thing with the corporations. If you are working for a corporation that is making donations to the community, and they're donating to the community's programs that are servicing and nothing going to prevention, well, I'll let your conscience guide your next step. And in so doing, you'll see that the need for a prevention component is universal. Again, my name is Creighton Rippey. You can look us up on the web at www.greaterdetroitoutreach.org. Thank you.